Yes, yes, guys. It's Jack from Cultaholic, joined by... You're not happy with that intro there.
Huh?
I thought you'd did a bit of...
Yes, yes, guys.
Yes, yes, guys.
Check the mic 1, 2. The Witty Bitty Batside crew are here to thrill you with some pitches about SummerSlam.
Whistle posse. It's me, Ross, and Andrew here from Cultaholic. And yes, it is time for 9 pitches ahead of SummerSlam this Saturday, not Sunday. Saturday.
Switcheroo, Jack.
It's weird, isn't
Takeover
it?
on Sunday.
Yes, and it's strange. I'm confused, but how are you, Andrew?
I'm good. I'm feeling good. I'm excited about the weekend of wrestling.
I don't know why.
Why? What?
Because I'm going to thrash you again.
You did.
Again.
You did.
You
Oh,
traitor.
well, yeah,
you
that's
dirty
true.
traitor.
That's true.
And Ross, how are you?
I feel like I didn't get the memo about hats today. I should have brought myself a dainty hat, but I've just got me hair. Unlike some.
Oh, oh
Whoa!
my
Hey,
God.
fantastic
Jesus.
scenes. I'm wonderful, Jack.
It's
How are
kicking
you?
off already. I'm all right. I'm excited for pitches as always. Now, if you've never watched this before, what we do is we go around in a circle and each provide 3 pitches for SummerSlam. It'll go, well, usually it goes Ross, Andrew, me, but I think for the simplicity of the visual on screen, it should go Andrew, then Ross, then me, then round again, and we'll end up with 9 lovely pitches. But remember, of course, that most golden of rules. It's not what we think is going to happen. It's what we want to happen. We're back in the office. Come on.
Check the mic 1, 2.
Yes, indeed. Andrew,
Yes.
can I have your first pitch, please?
Oh, Jack, you can have my first pitch. So, what?
Oh, you can have anything you
Remember,
want.
I'm doing
speak
it.
into that thing there. Don't do
the-
a Matthew on the podcast.
The Roman Reigns rules.
Ross
Okay,
shooting
we
on
ready?
everyone today.
I've got
I've
my
been a bit rowdy on pay-per-view weekends.
got my book ready. Are you all ready for a
Oh,
novelle?
my word.
A novelle. Right, here we go. So we've got the SmackDown Tag Team title match. And this is we're going for this one, guys. We're going for this one. And as fun as it is, to see the Usos and the Mysterios, they're fighting one another recently. They've got good chemistry together, good teams together. I'd like to see some developments happening that hopefully steers the ship in a different direction. Starboard,
Port. Backwards.
one of them. Match time comes, and as always, it's high flying, exciting. Wah wah wah. I put there. That was a mint maneuver.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Wah wah wah. That was a mint maneuver. Things seem to be going swimmingly for the Mysterios. Rhea sets Jimmy up for a Bukaki 69. Ooh, what?
Oh, what?
Sorry, what?
Disgusting. Disgusting.
This video's got off to a rogue start, I must say.
But Jay is on the apron. He gets down and he tries to protect his brother from the hit. Harkening back to Money in the Bank there, a little bit of harkening back. Dom sees what's going on and he tries to stop this from happening. So his papa can hit the 619 and pick up the victory. He pries Jay off Jimmy and signals to his dad to hit the move. But just at the last second, Jay super kicks Dom and Jimmy manages to hoist him up onto the apron and use him as a shield. So boom. Rhea hits Dom by accident in the back of the head with the 619, and Rhea's distraught. Jade's taunting Rhea from the outside of the ring over what's happened, and as Rhea goes to turn to bounce off the ropes and hit a dive to the outside, we get a big old one of these. A big leg slap. There you go. You get a big leg slap super kick. What are you going to do?
I was ready for action.
I wasn't going to get you.
Get on this table.
So yeah, we get a leg slap super kick from Jimmy, tag to Jay, splash, 1, 2, 3, the Usos retain. And after the match, Dom rolls into the ring and Ray comes to his senses. He's clearly distraught and is hugging his son. Oh, I didn't mean to hit you. But like on SmackDown this past Friday, he starts telling Dom that he needs to focus more and be aware of his surroundings. Otherwise, those tag team titles could have been theirs tonight. Dom nods, and as Ray goes to leave the ring, Dom hits him straight in the back. Oh, it's a big old drop kick into the middle rope, and then Dom hits a big old 619 and a frog splash onto his papa. Dom doesn't explain his actions here, though. He walks off, leaving the SummerSlam crowd perplexed. Oh, what's going on? But basically, my reasonings for this is I want there to be a slow build between Dom and Ray, eventually doing the whole, okay, well, if you beat me, son, the mantle is yours. The Mysterio mantle is yours. I will pass you my mask. And that is a nice way for Ray to retire. He's 46. He's getting on. I know he can still go, but he's getting on. And I think just a big old papa-son match between these two would be so good because they work well together as a tag team as it is. So as opponents, I think it'd be really cool.
Straight away, straight off the bat, it's a yes from me, Andrew. I think that's good. I think it might be close to what actually does happen as well. I think
do
we
you
could be seeing a breakdown of the Mysterios. But yeah, I think it's good. The way you've done it as well. The dialogue was fantastic.
Oh, thanks.
And yeah,
That leg slap.
I'm all in. Ross.
My first thought after hearing that pitch, Andrew, was tell me about your father issues at home.
My dad's a nice man. He's grand.
But I find it so interesting with Ray and Dom on SmackDown, mate, just in general, because it could go either way. Dom could be the heel, but Ray could also be the heel somehow, some way. They could both be the face as well. So I very much like what you've done there.
Thank
I'm
you.
all on board. Just it'd be interesting to see which way it goes.
Yeah.
I won't find it hard to boo Dom. He's just so cheeky.
But
Little scamp.
He is a little scam. I don't know that because I feel like it's Ray's the one that's always telling Dom, like, be aware of stuff. But Dom's been picking up all the wins, really. It's Ray that's been getting pinned most of the time because something's happened. So perhaps maybe Ray is the heel in this and he's a bit, like, jealous of Dom.
Dom is going to turn into a Hoosier
Ooh, yes.
because he's worried about Ray.
Goodbye,
Different
Mr.
spelling.
A.
Yeah.
Was that the same band?
Yeah.
I thought that was a term.
Goodbye, Mr. A. Worried about Ray.
Whoa, Goodbye, Mr. Ray.
Worried about Ray as a song by the Hoosiers.
That was the joke
Oh, there you go. He's done it.
That's why
He's
Dom's
done
caught-
it.
Sorry, I've caught him about 2 minutes behind.
2008 on the pitches today.
Woo!
Trying to think of a Claxons reference to make now.
Golden scans.
Aye. Ross, what's your first pitch and which 2000s band is it most similar to?
I would say my first pitch is most similar to Big Brothers.
Oh, Big Bro. This is Big Bro.
It just
Taking
Big
over
Bro
the show.
Taking over the show. Originally, I had written down a pitch, right, which I stopped myself from doing, where Vince McMahon announces his retirement on SmackDown, promises a revolution to start at SummerSlam, and then for CM Punk to come back and lead WWE. I thought, no, Ross, that's stupid. We'll move on.
that would've
Because
been good.
I want Punk to go to AEW. He'd be stifled in the E, wouldn't he? We all know that.
Yeah,
now.
he would,
He'd be
yeah.
stifled. And they punch me bottle like I do on the podcast every week. So as we saw on SmackDown last week, Baron, now spelled Barren because he's got no money.
Wow, that's
Baron
good.
Corbin stole Money in the Bank from Big E. I want this chase, Big E chasing Baron Corbin, to go all the way through this week's SmackDown. Not in a comical way, with Corbin trying to sell the briefcase for a massive sum of money to every single person who was backstage at this week's SmackDown, so he can get his life back on track, his wife's life back on track, their dog's life back on track, their daughter's life back on track, his meat's life back on track, and his whiskey's life back on track.
Wait, is meat in his whiskey?
Aye, he's got a business
that, doesn't he?
endeavour.
Oh,
He just
right,
loves
yeah.
it, doesn't he? Corbin, yeah, he loves the meat and whiskey.
I mean, don't we all?
I'm a very-
Apart
I'm
from not
very-
Andrew.
Yeah, no, but I like whiskey, though.
Yeah,
I
fair.
drink whiskey quite a bit.
Fake meat?
Fake meat, yeah. I can have fake steak.
What's the best fake meat?
There's this, I can't remember what it's called. I think it's just a company called What the Cluck, and they make fake chicken, and it's lovely.
Nice.
Seen the big controversy this week about the fish and chip shop down south.
Jack the
Why,
Chipper.
what's it
Jack
been
the
doing?
Chipper. Just because it's called Jack the Tripper.
It's called Jack the
And then
Chipper.
you got barbers called Jack the Clipper. Where does it stop?
Yeah, where does it stop?
Where-
Will
does
we
it
stop idolising Jack the Ripper in this country?
What if there was a strip club, Jack the Stripper?
Jack the Stripper. You could go to I'm trying to think, a swimming pool. Jack the Dipper.
What if you've got like a waiter and they're called Jack the Tipper?
You got a fetishist on OnlyFans who farts. Jack the Ripper. Oh, that's the same. We'll move on. I'm just reeling. Fraser sent me a video from, is it Marilyn Marigold? What was she called? The actress? Who's in Harry Potter?
Professor Sprout.
Professor Sprout.
Oh.
And she farts on Cameo.
She's a really funny woman, but also
She
weird.
farts, yeah.
Like a Twitch
Pancake
fetish
shop.
thing.
Jack the Flipper. I was trying to think of. I was
that's
really
a
trying
good
to
one.
think of one.
That's
thank
a
you.
really good one.
To SummerSlam we go, though, and the chase, it continues with Baron Corbin trying to continue to flog his briefcase to anyone who's there for a massive sum of money. He even goes to Vince McMahon, and I've got written down here, Vince McMahon saying to Baron Corbin, "Get out of here, you sexy bastard!" Slap. So, of course, there was that rumor a while ago that Vince finds Baron Corbin very attractive and someone all of the ladies would like to go out with.
He's a handsome man.
He is a
He
handsome
is.
man. But then halfway through the night, Baron Corbin arrives, and I was struggling to find the right word here, at a bejazzled tractor. Bejazzled?
Bedazzled.
Bedazzled. It's early in the morning here in the UK. I couldn't with her. And it's an old tractor, but it's got like sort of diamonds and racing stripes and LED lights and cool logos all over it.
It's been on Pimp My Ride.
It's been on Pimp My Ride and or Need for Speed Underground 1 from 2002. It looks like it's had a lot of money spent on this dilapidated little tractor. Baron looks around. He thinks, wow, I'm going to steal this tractor and sell this tractor for a lot of money. He's thinking, yeah, I'll get some good value for it. I'm going to steal it. He hops in the driver's seat. He looks like he's about to take off, like it's that franchise I've mentioned in the past 2 Pitches videos. But don't worry, this is not a Fast and the Furious pitch for the 3rd Pitches video in a row. But just before he's about to get some watish, we hear, oh, hell no. Where you going with my tractor? You're not going to that commune? Because that rhymes with moon. It's only Cameron Grimes. It's Cameron Grimes at SummerSlam 2020, 2020, 21, 21, 21, 2020, 21. NXT is dying. It's a horrible thing to wrap your head around, but it's the fact of the matter, according to many rumors online, which, has it been confirmed all this yet?
I mean, there's been multiple places reporting it from their sources.
It's not going to be live anymore after SummerSlam, or was it halfway through September? They're going back to the
reportedly not going to be live,
back to the big men. It's dying. So a lot more productive way to use Cameron Grimes would be having just to move to the main roster. So Corbin then sort of barters with Grimes. He knows that Cameron Grimes is rich. Baron Corbin's a massive fan of NXT and the rest of the indies, as we all know from Baron Corbin's run in NXT. Who did he say was part of Ring of Honor? Who wasn't?
Apollo Crews.
Apollo Crews. Fantastic stuff back in the day. From big, baldy bastard Baron. And he buys the briefcase, this is Cameron Grimes, pronouns pal, from Baron Corbin for $1 million.
Oh!
Because he's Cameron Grimes. And he can. And this isn't a heel move, by the way, because immediately after the transaction goes through, a rogue Big E appears on the scene. And Big E's like, what's going on, pal? That's my briefcase, that. I want my shot at a big title over the next coming year. And Cameron Grimes says, leave it with me, pal. I'm going to the room where the GMs live. And he's seen bartering with Sonya Deville and giving her a massive wad of cash because, as we all know, out of the 2 of them, Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville, Sonya is the naughty one. That's the vibe I get. Yeah. So she's the more likely to be corrupted by money. But lovely money from a lovely man called Cameron Grimes. Cameron Grimes comes back out the GM room and he says, Big E, don't worry about it. I'm keeping money in the bank, which means I can cash it in over the next year. But also, I've guaranteed that you could have a shot as well as you earned at Money in the Bank over the next year. So now we have Grimes is on SmackDown with the briefcase. Big E's got his shot back. Everyone's happy. Hilarity ensues with Cameron Grimes.
Right. Well, I think it's very inventive, and I like the inclusion of Cameron Grimes a lot. I do feel like the Big E thing was like a bit of a, like, how do I tie up this loose end? But you've done it. You've done it.
I've struggled.
So no, I think it's good. I like it. I'm giving it a yes. And I'm just a big fan of Cameron Grimes as well. So
nice.
And Baron Corbin at the minute. He's really fun.
Yeah, he is really good.
Poor Corbin it's fantastic.
I'm going to give it a yes as well because Ross, it seems like we have like minds, and the next pitch that I do is going to be. It's not. It's different. Give over. It's different, but
are you security in this situation?
It's different, but I really like how you've done it. Like Jack said, I like how you tied it back to Big E as well. I like how you've introduced Cameron Grimes to this, and maybe we'll see him go up to the main roster at some point. And if they're looking for the big boys, this would be a good way to get him up to the main roster, I think, as well. And yeah, I think it's fantastic. I like the bejazzled tractor. As a country boy myself, love a good old.
He's still a country boy at heart, isn't he, Cameron Grimes?
He is, yeah.
That's what I was thinking about a tractor.
Nice. That was good.
For my first pitch, I'm going to tackle this Money in the Bank situation. I'm joking. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to tackle the mess that is the Raw Women's Championship scene. I think this isn't a knock on the talent of the women involved. It's a very talented roster, but the booking has been bad. Nobody really likes Nikki Cross anymore. Nikki A.S.H. anymore. Rhea Ripley probably shouldn't have dropped the belt in the first place. And Charlotte, you know, whenever she's involved in a title scene, she complicates it rather than elevating it. So what I'm going to say is, I think in this match, it should all center around two spots. One, a big figure eight on Nikki A.S.H. from Charlotte, but she refuses to tap because she's a hero. She's not going to tap out. She's really brave. Somehow she clings on for like a long time. Like maybe Rhea's been put through the announce table or something. There's no one to help her, but she struggles and she finally manages to break the hold. Later on, then Charlotte gets the figure eight in on Rhea Ripley. That's sort of, in my mind, Rhea Ripley's like bogey move. She always loses to Charlotte, and she's tapped out of WrestleMania to that move before. And I think what needs to happen is it's the old NXT spot, the revival thing. She's about to tap out, and then Nikki slides in and catches her hand, but her legs are done, so she's got to like crawl over, I guess, and catch her hand. And then eventually, Rhea Ripley manages to get the win on Charlotte because by this point Nikki's wrecked. She can't carry on anymore. She's outside the ring. Then we go to Raw. Charlotte is livid at Nikki for costing her the match basically, but by being brave. Nikki's off recovering. We don't see her for a few weeks, and then a little bit down the line, I had a bit of a Wikipedia Google. Wikipedia
Google. Yeah,
It applies. I'm having it.
I discovered that the next pay-per-view, which is weird because it's normally earlier in the year, but it's Extreme Rules. So Charlotte says, right, I haven't seen Nikki for a few weeks. I want her at Extreme Rules. Where is she? Charlotte's in the ring. Nikki pops up on the Tron, and it's the old Triple H and Mick Foley situation. She goes, you're not going to get Nikki A.S.H. at Extreme Rules. You're going to get Nikki Cross. And she goes mad, and she like takes she's got like the black attire on underneath, and she starts doing that or whatever.
I just saw you go, Nikki Cross.
Nikki Cross. Hurt my throat a little bit as well. No, I wasn't doing boobs. I'll clench my Nikki Cross. There we go. Sorry, everybody. And then Nikki, beat Charlotte in some sort of like last woman standing match or no DQ match at Extreme Rules. So it's a bit more of a longer one. I've dragged out a bit further, but that's basically my first pitch.
It's a big old yes from me because to give everyone a spoiler, I'm like Arc right now of that program.
You're what?
Arc, is it Arc right? Ronnie Baker? Ronnie Barker?
Yeah, where he's like
Granville, yeah. Yes, it's a big yes for me because I've got Nikki Cross changing at the center of my next pitch as well.
Sorry.
No, don't have to say sorry. Okay. It's what we want to happen. And if multiple people want to see the same thing, that probably indicates it should happen.
Yes.
So it's a big yes from me.
Thank you.
It's a big yes from me because it is a very big mess at the moment, the Raw Women's Championship division. Rhea Ripley, I don't think she should have lost the belt. It's just a very weird thing to have Nikki with the belt at the moment. And like you said, people are starting not to be as invested in her as maybe what they were to begin with. So it's a big yes from me. And I just prefer Nikki Cross when she's a bit more cross.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And she hasn't been not since the team with Alexa.
No.
The only question I had when I was making this for myself was like, who faces Rhea Ripley? Because she's now got the belt, but she's separate. Doudrop.
I think something's going to happen in the match with Eve Marie and Alexa Bliss, where Lily takes over Doudrop, batters
if
Eva Marie,
happens,
and then
I'll
she goes
set
off.
myself on fire.
Well, look, I'm not saying I want that to happen, but I think it might happen. But then I kind of want it to be like, oh no, well, I didn't beat Eva Marie up because Lily told me to. I did it just because. Even though Eva Marie's like, oh, Lily made you do that. Lily made you do that. Do you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Fair enough.
Cool.
Now, what? Speaking of things you want to see happen, what's your second pick?
Oh, let's go to the WWE title match. So throughout the night, we get backstage segments. Big, balding barstool Baron Corbin is seen running through people's interviews, promos, all cartoon style, trailer dust behind him and all that. As Big E is following behind him, trying to retrieve his Money in the Bank briefcase. It's all very hilarious in capital letters, as I put there, as I've clearly just made it out to be. I hate myself.
No, it's good. It's hilarious. It's really good.
Everyone else hates you. You must love yourself.
I know. Thanks, Ross. Anyway, fast forward to the WWE title match between Baldy Goldie and Bobby Lashley. And it's a spear fest. Both men are down and beat. Goldberg's exhausted because he's Goldberg and he's old. Lashley's exhausted, trying to literally fight to stay alive at the hands of Goldberg. Goldberg hoists him up. Ooh, Bobby up for the jackhammer, but Bobby reverses it into a hurt log for a knockout. He's done. He's just done. Ooh. But hey, We can't have Goldberg looking too weak now, can we?
We can.
Because he's Goldberg. So Bobby looks like he's setting up for a post-win spear against Goldberg to make a statement. But Gageberg hops into the ring to protect his papa. Oh, Bobby stops to laugh at Gageberg. He thinks that's going to stop him from demolishing his papa. He slowly walks towards Gage, backing him into a corner, and bam, Goldberg hits him with a spear, gets Bobby up for a jackhammer, and the two leave. Lashley just sprawled out in the middle of the ring. As the Bergs are heading up the ramp, who's this? It's Baza Corbin, who comes flying past them with a briefcase in hand, looking over his shoulder as Big E is frantically chasing after him. He slides into the ring to avoid Big E, bearing in mind he's not thinking about cashing in. He's just trying to get away from Big E at this point.
Okay. It's like a 24/7 title chase.
Yeah, pretty much.
But
So he slides into the ring to avoid Big E, walking backwards until he trips on the strewn body of Lashley on the canvas behind him. He puts two and two together, looks at the briefcase, looks at Big E, then looks at the ref, and he's trying to cash it in. Corbin pleads with the ref to cash in the briefcase, but he won't do it because it's not rightfully Corbin's briefcase, and therefore the cash-in rule can't commence. During this chaotic kerfuffle, the ref and Corbin go back and forth with the briefcase until Corbin yanks it from the ref's grasp. He stumbles back into a now standing Bobby Lashley who's staring daggers at Corbin, nostrils flaring. He's mad, just like that. He's got it. Corbin backs up, signaling to Bobby that he didn't mean anything by it. It was just a joke. It was a lol. It was a jape. And as Corbin continues to back up, he hits another body, Big E. Now filling in a big beefy boy sandwich, Corbin turns to Big E, which leaves him open for a hurt lock from Lashley, followed up by a big ending from Big Earth, which sends Baza rolling out the ring. Big E and Lashley both turn to one another, squaring up as Big E reaches down to retrieve his briefcase, which is rightfully his, and raises it above his head while staring at Lashley as his New Day bros stand atop of the entrance ramp. Whoa!
I feel like I'm back in maths class. Listen to Pythagoras' theorem or something here.
Right. But backstage later in the night, Corbin is even more disheveled than usual, crying about what's occurred. He's lost everything now. When out of the blue, he's approached by LA Knight, the $1 million champion in NXT, who ominously proposes an offer to Corbin as the camera pans away. Oh, yours was much better because you just explained all of that bit.
See what
mine was a $1 tease at the end.
Plus, you've gone for the fake rich man.
I have.
Where I've gone for the real McCoy.
But what happens if he's like, he's the $1 million champion, he's got all this money as LA Knight, he could try and get Baron Corbin on his side to try and distract Cameron Grimes during the match.
Oh, because TakeOver's the next night.
Yes. Yeah.
I was preparing my thumb down and you might have just...
That's why we've got the...
Ooh, Nelly.
So
Nelson.
Going to turn up on NXT the next
Oh,
night.
you saucy man.
Woo!
Oh. I mean, I was about to go like, there was a lot going on at once.
There was a lot going on.
It was another dad-based thing, which
That's nothing.
Your papa.
There's nothing, Ross. There's nothing.
Did he hurt you?
No, he's a good man.
He's like Mr. Tweedy from Chicken Run.
He is, yeah.
But without the
killing the
chickens. Yeah.
chickens, yeah.
But no, but you've really saved it at the end there. I don't think WWE will take advantage of this unique order of the main pay-per-view and then TakeOver, but I think they should, 100%.
I think they should.
So I think it's worth it. I think that maybe your thing was maybe a little bit complex at points with too many bodies in the ring, but it's worth it. So I'm giving it a thumbs up.
Oh, Jack.
I'm going to compare your pitch there, Andrew, to Istanbul 2005.
I know it well.
Half-time, it's a football reference. Half-time, you were 3-0 down.
I was.
It was very convoluted. There was bodies everywhere on the floor. People tripping over multiple bodies. There was more bodies up the ramp. Too many bodies for my liking.
Hernan Crespo's running wild.
Hard to follow, yeah. Kaká was... I don't know. Kaká was making many wonderful passes, but then second half, Andrew, with the Rock, as we call him on the podcast, because he's the most charismatic man in all of professional wrestling today. Eli Drake, LA Knight, him coming down and then the tie to take over. That is the goals from Gerard Smeacher and Alonso, and then the penalty save from Jerzy Dudek in the extra time. You've pulled it round and you've won the Champions League. Congratulations!
What? Yes!
He's won something finally.
Istanbul!
Yeah.
Istanbul.
It's a yes from me. It's a very nice tie-in at the end there, but of course they won't do it, will they? Because NXT is not even real wrestling. They're all little, aren't they?
Wow.
Not my words, the words of Vince McMahon.
Yep.
And Nick Khan.
That's true.
What's your pitch now?
My pitch now. This one might be a bit early.
Sorry,
to
I
say.
didn't mean to sound so demanding. What's your pitch? Now. Give
I'll
it
do
to me
I'll
now.
do it now. This pitch might be a few pay-per-views early, I must concede, but I firmly believe it is for the best. Therefore, I'm sat here right now saying it out my mouth. And I don't believe, right, that Nikki A.S.H was booed at that house show over the weekend. Okay, it's about Nikki A.S.H because people are fed up with her. I think it's because WWE promoted Charlotte Flair to appear at a house show in Charlotte and then told the crowd as the show was starting, Charlotte's not here. So when people came out for a women's title match and Charlotte wasn't there, of course they were going to get booed. Of course they were. But that's got nothing to do with that. Still, though, I want change with Nikki A.S.H. I want Nikki A.S.H within the realms of kayfabe, of course. This isn't an actual assault. I want her to have something horrible done to her in the middle of her title defense against the lady who beat her on Raw and the lady who then beat the lady who beat her on the same episode of Monday Night Raw. That's what happened on this week's Raw. Rhea beat Nikki, and then Charlotte beat Rhea.
Yes.
Yes.
Why they have to do things that way, I've got no idea. Raw is a mess. Maybe I'm thinking like a power bomb onto some electrical stuff, or maybe, just maybe, and I would prefer it this way, getting thrown into a massive vat of chemicals.
Like the
Like
Joker.
the Joker did on the Batman comics.
He did,
I
he
know
does,
that
yeah,
reference. Something horrible needs to be done to Nikki A.S.H. Then a few weeks down the line, I would like to see a darker, but still a superhero, but very much a darker version of Nikki A.S.H. to appear in vignettes and stuff like going, ooh, what's the future hold for me? I've had it all stripped away.
Why is she singing?
It's the sound of music now.
You've popped Richard Tubman.
He smiles. He smiled for once, everybody. She'll change her name for this period of time, this brief period of time where she sort of lost herself, to Nikki Ashamed.
Hang on now. What's happening?
Because she's asking herself, after being thrown into hopefully the vat of chemicals and having that superhero costume sort of ruined, the belief that she had, it's been stripped away because she's been thrown into a vat of chemicals. I repeat once again, it's all been stripped away because what has she become? Now that she's betrayed everything she ever was, she's had it all taken away. I'm just imagining the promos, the dark, the moodiness. Nikki's downtrodden, wondering where to go here. It's a nice palate cleanser, I believe. This is the main crux of the issue for me. For people who aren't over the age of 8 and therefore aren't really buying Nikki Cross's words. It's not the gimmick. I think the gimmick is a lovely gimmick. It's what they're having her say in the promos on Monday Night Raw, where it's to me, watching it, who is a very jaded, like, old man. It feels like Bo Dallas in 2015, but on steroids. You can do anything if you believe. What was it? Rhea Ripley might be my nightmare, but I've got my night light, which is my fight and my desire.
Yeah,
It's
I forgot about the night light.
However, man, be a bit more self-aware, people who are writing Nikki Cross's promos. But as I say, it's not the gimmick for us, it's for the kids. But I think it's a nice palate cleanser for the entire WWE universe. Yes, I've got written down here. You listen to reactions on TV and not everybody's buying it, are they? It's not as loud as it should be for a gimmick like that. So after the dark and moody and mysterious and sad vignettes, she then comes back as a badass, not like Nikki Cross, just as like, I'm imagining, when The Fiend got burned alive and then came back looking different with that sort of worked into his character.
Yeah.
She's coming back looking darker and sort of like the tire's being ripped up and looks all gnarly and she's got like marks on her arms and...
When you said Nikki Ashamed, I was thinking she was going to turn into like a Mankind figure, like, oh, don't look at me.
It could be something like that, yeah.
She's like pulling her hair out because she's been in there.
Put that in there. She's pulling her hair out also.
You can have, you add that in.
We'll add that in there. It's in there. Where are we there? She's changed and she's got vengeance on her mind. That's what I've got written down here. She's going after whoever wins at SummerSlam, which would be nice. And I know this is going to be hard to take for some people. It would be nice if it was Charlotte. So Nikki, this new badass version of Nikki, the badass variant of Nikki A.S.H, could beat Charlotte Flair with aplomb and not in a cheating way like Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
And then basically from there we just sort of set ourselves away on a story where Nikki A.S.H just dominates everyone, gets her confidence back and finds herself again, then becomes the superhero Nikki A.S.H once again, where she sort of overcame everything she's been put through in the vat of chemicals and finding herself again, and then she can just be more self-aware with her promos and whatnot and not be so wanky is the word I'd like to use.
Yeah.
Not be so, if you believe in yourself you can achieve anything. We can't, Nikki. It's unfortunate we just can't sometimes. Some people just can't do that. I just think more As I say, it's nothing to do with the gimmick. It's to do with what they're having to say. And I think having a more badass version of the same gimmick would be a nice little change up before going back and doing it properly the second time around. Have a nice storyline lead into there.
No, yeah, I liked it. I like that. Don't know about the vat of acid, but I'll go with it.
You don't have to have an actual acid. Just, gimmicked acid.
Emotional acid.
Emotional acid.
Yeah.
Where would it be? Do you know what I
Well, it's a
mean?
triple
Why would
threat,
it be
It's
there?
a triple threat, isn't it? So we can...
There's no
we
DQ.
can go outside
Oh,
the
yeah,
ring.
that's true.
We
Just bring
can
a bat of
go
acid
anywhere.
with us.
We can go anywhere.
Yeah.
They're in Vegas. There's
That's
weird
true.
dodgy stuff
They'll
happening.
be into a back alley somewhere in Vegas, out the back of a casino somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Maybe she could... No, it was going to be so stupid.
What are you going to
What?
say?
Go on.
She
You might as well.
Believe in yourself, Jack. You can achieve anything.
That's the place
She
to
could,
start.
have you seen like Ocean's 11 with the Bellagio? Is it the Bellagio, the Mirage maybe? Whichever casino has the fountains outside.
Oh, yeah.
She could hold her over that and send her off into the sky, which is really... Yeah, I know. That's so stupid.
That would be amazing.
Anyway, sorry, Ross. It's a yes from me.
Thank you.
I like it because I'm a big nerd, a big fan of superhero stuff. I like the idea of the redemption story of the villain. I like the idea of a very
She's never a villain, by the way. She's still a superhero. Just
much more aggressive one,
Yeah.
and then she sort of like redeems all this dark stuff that she's done or whatever. But so I quite like that. I like that you're tying that into the wrestling thing because wrestling is kind of just like heroes and villains. It's like comic books anyway. So I think that would be a really good way to do it.
I forgot to read a bit out. After refinding that confidence, she can become Nikki A.S.H once more and show that even when things aren't going your way, you too can fight and become the best possible person you can be.
It's wholesome.
That's what she would say today on Raw.
It's a yes from me though, Ross. It's a yes from me.
I'm
We're all
such a child, aren't I?
we're
Bloody
all
hell.
we're all yeses so far.
We are.
I'm worried about this one though because my next one I fear might be too similar to my first one with the whole like I'm Nikki Crow I'm back to. So this one is Rollins versus Edge. A lot of people seem to think, I don't know why, but a lot of people are predicting that Edge is going to win, right? I think Rollins is going to win.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I don't know if he'll, harm Edge as he says he will. Because then how do you... I want Edge to have a few more big matches at least. I don't know. I don't want to write him off.
Yeah, because I mean, I guess he's already had that, hasn't he, with the WrestleMania match? Because he was gone for a while.
Yeah,
and then,
exactly, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be a bit weird.
I don't know, but I want Edge to somehow lose without Rollins saying what he's going to do, on last week's SmackDown.
Yeah.
But I think Rollins should win. And then, right, I've got a question. I've never dyed my hair before. How quick can you do that?
It would take about half an hour. Because I've dyed my girlfriend's hair before.
You got to bleach it first, don't you?
Got to bleach it and then
do
dye
That's all right.
yeah.
So at the end of the show...
No, then you got to leave it in for a while.
Yeah. Damn.
The bleach takes a little time, doesn't it? And you leave the actual colour
Yeah.
in for a while.
I don't know if this picture's going to work.
Try, just
It all
just
centered
believe.
around the hair dye.
Pretend physics aren't a thing, and science and hair.
Right. Well, at the
Just
end of
use
the
a wig.
At the end of the
Got it.
show, Roman has just beaten John Cena comprehensively. And Cena was really cocky towards him on SmackDown last week. All I need is 1, 2, 3. No, he's battered him. He's made Cena look like a fool and a waste of time. Then Seth Rollins comes out. But it's not the Seth Rollins that we know now. It's the...
Yes.
Burn it down. He's out. He's got the blonde hair, the blonde little
His
bit.
little streak.
Somehow, maybe it's gone green because he's rushed it. I don't know. He runs down to the ring, he gets in, and cuts just a savage promo because Roman... I always think that Rollins has always been Roman's, like, the thorn in his side. He's got Roman's number. He knows how to beat him. Are you okay?
It's just these coasters. Did you hear that? It's like sand.
Yeah.
It's picked up on the mics there.
He's always had Roman's number. He knows how to beat him. I was shocked when he beat him that time, which is now like 5 years ago at Money in the Bank when he pedigreed him and won. And I think that Rollins needs to say, look, you can beat everyone apart from me. I've got the key. I've got the secret. I can beat you. I know how to do it. Yeah. The only issue is it's a heel versus heel feud, which is what I'm concerned about. But I feel as though people would still get up for it because it's it's former Shield members and everything. I think they could do some little shoots on each other as well. And I think that Reigns should finally win, beat Rollins in the end, but it shouldn't be easy. This was the last pitch I thought of, so it's not as detailed as the other two, but that's what I've gone for essentially. I'm not that confident. What do you think?
I like it.
Okay.
I think that's a really cool idea. And
You
I'd
don't need to
see...
be too nice, though.
No, I'm not.
Right, okay.
Well, I think it'd be cool to see Seth Rollins come back with a streak in his hair and his Burn It Down music and everything.
I don't know if people would like it.
I'd love that.
I would, because Rollins was
he
was my boy back in 2015, but I don't know.
And I don't know, maybe you could turn... It'd be a bit weird, actually. I was going to say, maybe you could turn Rollins a little bit face again by maybe including...
Oh, no!
I don't know, by including some
It's
sort
not a
of
good thing to do,
family
Andrew.
stuff with Becky in there maybe too.
No!
Let's not do that
We're
then.
not going back. You weren't working here back then, were you? Where
No,
every
why?
single week watching the wrestling. Did you know that Becky Lynch is the girlfriend of Seth Rollins?
Okay.
And Seth Rollins will come up later. Did you know
He's
that
the
Seth
boy.
Rollins is the
Yeah.
boyfriend of Becky Lynch?
Michael Cole.
sorry.
I ship them. He didn't say that.
I feel like I've opened some bad
man,
memories
it was
there.
so
I
bad,
do
yeah.
apologise.
Rollins and Becky clearly didn't want to do it either. They
Yeah.
were so uncomfortable doing it. Yeah.
Okay, let's not do that then. But I think you were right in that people would get up for a Rollins and Reigns feud just because of the history there. Do some shoots, like you were saying,
some shoots.
John Cena style, maybe lay some like John Moxley things in there too.
I think I'm not a fan of like tightly scripted promos, but what I will say is I think the shoots need to be more tightly scripted than John's were last week.
Do you reckon?
He was just throwing out whatever he could think of,
No,
wasn't he?
I like that.
He was
swag of him.
talking bollocks.
He was
wasn't he?
rambling, wasn't he?
The
Yeah.
rings were going down. Well, you were there as well, John. That's nothing different today, is it?
I guess.
He was saying I might hop the barricade and blow your kiss.
Yeah, blow
and
your
everyone's like,
kiss.
that's CM Punk. Why is he doing that?
Just
If I was Vince, I'd have been like, "What are you doing, you silly man?"
I
Yeah.
liked it.
Fair
maybe
enough.
Maybe I'm a bad person.
No,
for liking it.
no, not a bad person, mate. No, don't. It's all right.
Oh, but it's a yes from me. It's a
Thank
yes
you
from
very
me, Jack.
much,
It's a
Jake.
yes from me.
It's a yes from me, but
Wow.
with a caveat.
Okay.
With a caveat. I can't have Rollins coming down with the bleached hair and having things harken back to years gone by.
Oh, that's the very central- I'll take the no of-
That's the big caveat for me. I want to because I'm very much enjoying sort of Rollins being Beetlejuice.
Right, yeah.
Today, so I want to see that Rollins go up against Reigns and try and sort of weasel his way into and try and like barter some things from Paul Heyman and stuff like that. I quite enjoy that. Well, I really do enjoy that bit of Rollins.
Well, that's fine. What I'll say is you've kind of... I like that idea, but I'm going to have to take the no then, because
It's
the
a yes,
several
but
people...
just
No,
with
it's not. It's
a
a
little
no.
tweak.
It's not a little tweak.
a little tweak.
Nah, it's a big tweak.
Just a little tweak.
Oh, dear. Andrew,
Yes.
please, God, save us. What is your third and final pitch?
I say it's not a detailed one. Look at this, right? It's not as detailed. As
Brace
the other
yourselves for a
ones. Brace
novel, everybody.
God, nobody likes me on this series because I always go
Please,
fast. and
Andrew,
deep.
man!
Stop saying these things. You wouldn't be sat here if people didn't like your series.
We will batter you.
Rock you, right, here we go.
We'll 3D you
Final
through
one.
this table.
Shall we
you
try?
ready?
Can we
You can try and redeem me if you want to.
I'll be the Bubba Ray.
Oh, no.
That means you're the D one with the lift.
Yeah.
I know, I don't want
You've been lifting, haven't you?
to do the jump.
That's why I
Yeah, you
the
got that.
t-shirt
You were
rolled
taking
up.
your arms out in the
yeah.
camera before. They were
I'm
massive.
assuming. No, I was.
Look at them.
Look at them
Do that
guns
again.
there.
Do
Yeah,
that again for the camera.
No.
Do it again for the camera.
No, I'm
It looked really
I'm
good.
joking. Did it?
Do you
Yeah,
see
thank
Gage
you.
Goldberg, by the way?
Whoa.
Look at them.
I'm like Big E.
Tricep
Like
meat.
Big E Langston.
See Gage Goldberg flexing on Raw this week.
Did.
He thinks he's hooked, doesn't he?
Oh, he's not as
He's
sexy.
just a Poundland hook.
In fact, I shouldn't even compare him.
Probably.
I don't think he's of age, probably.
No, I don't think he is.
Right, well, Hook's an adult, so
Yeah.
therefore, right, okay. Made a huge...
I mean,
Yeah.
a glow up though. To be fair.
Oh, but he's just gone through
Remember?
puberty, hasn't he?
I guess
what
so.
happened.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Should we do some pictures?
Quick, please.
Okay, right. It's the party of the summer. Wow. I don't know why I write these things. It's the party of the summer. Wow. So let's do some slow building for another pay-per-view down the line. Whoa. Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair. Sasha has her lackeys or her witnesses now in Zelina Vega and Carmella. On the SmackDown before SummerSlam, we see yet another heinous beatdown at the hands of Sasha and her two witnesses, leaving Bianca down and out and sprinkling a little bit of doubt.
It's The Rock.
About sprinkling
Yes.
a little bit of doubt about her chances this coming Sunday. During the pay-per-view, we get confirmation from Maggle Cole that Sasha will indeed be accompanied to the ring by Vega and Carmella. What does this mean for Bianca? Whoa. She hasn't actually been seen backstage throughout the pay-per-view. We get shots of Sonya Deville scouring the venue trying to find her to no avail. Swallow. Match time comes and Banks walks down to the ring with Carmella and Vega in tow. Everything is normal, and then Belair's music hits. Where's she at? Where's she?
I don't know.
Where is
Tell
she?
me. Tell me.
I'll tell you. That's where she's at. There's a good long pause whilst the music is playing. The women in the ring are laughing, joking. Banks signals for a mic. Sasha spouts off about how she scared Bianca away after the last few weeks, and a true champion never backs down, not even when the numbers are stacked against them. What happened to the tough EST of WWE? Where's the woman that brought her game and cheated, though, at WrestleMania? But Sasha says, a contract is a contract, so ref, get in here and start the count. And I guess I need to put a caveat in because I didn't think about this before. Maybe there's a backstage bit with Sonya Deville talking to Sasha, and because she's like, I can't find Bianca Belair, so if she doesn't turn up,
Title change
by count out. So the count begins, and we get to the 9 when Bianca Belair's music hits, and out rolls the EST of WWE. Mike
10, she's out.
Woo!
That's it.
She goes on to say that she wasn't scared. No. But if Sasha's looking for a fair fight, then she needed to even the odds a little. And since 3-on-1 isn't exactly fair, Bianca's found some backup of her own. Q, at this point, because I'm thinking this is what's going to happen. 2-time Raw Women's Champion Rhea Ripley, because she wins the match earlier in the night. And also NXT Champion Raquel Gonzalez. Bezzy mates, the crowd pops. Whoa! That's good, that. That's really good. All three, I got that wrong. All three
men.
Wrote that wrong. All 3 women storm to the ring and square up. It's almost like the old guard and the new guard coming face to face. All women from NXT.
Okay.
Perhaps slow building to maybe a Survivor Series match down the line.
Back to 2015 women's gang warfare.
Yes! Come on.
Team PCB. Who else was there?
Bad and
Team
beautiful.
Bad. Yeah.
Team Bad,
what was
yeah.
it? Oh yeah, bad and beautiful and dangerous. Bad and yeah.
I'm a May.
And the Bellas and Alicia Fox.
Yes.
Everyone's favourite.
My
Everyone's favourite
favourite.
team of the trio. Yes.
And that's the pitch right there.
I
Done.
never
Slow
needed
building.
you at all.
She'll have to change her theme.
She does need them.
Oh yeah, she needs a new theme.
Oh, she would do.
Pitch me a licensed song, which would be Bianca Belair's new theme, because now she does need people.
What's like a team song? What's like a
Get your head in the game.
America.
Get your head in the game? Yeah, that would be good. The one from
America.
and that one.
F
yeah.
Apart from Rhea Ripley, because she's from Australia. America.
I like it.
Yeah.
Those. Both of those. Can we get a mash of High School Musical and Team America together? Do you reckon?
No.
All right,
I don't. That's too much
Too much.
Americana in one dollop.
Cool.
If you wanted, Andrew, you can. That's the power of the pitch.
As Nicky Ash would say,
He
you can
turned
achieve
George
anything.
Miz into chips once.
He did. He
And I'm
did.
still baffled because it's the picture that people remember most. And you know what? I still don't understand how he physically turns into chips.
It's quite simple. He gets
I
forced
know.
through the grating
I
of
know.
the cage.
I get that, but how?
It's obvious. It happens to all potatoes.
So good.
Okay.
You force
It's
it
true.
through a thing with holes, it turns into chips.
It's a no for me, Andrew.
Oh, Jack, that's fine.
I'm so sorry.
That's fine, Jack.
First of all, and this isn't your fault, I'm really not a fan of how it all went down last week. I don't know why Vega and who was the other one?
Carmella.
Why would they want to help out? Surely they want the belt as well.
Yeah, but maybe it's like
Working
Sasha's
from within.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sasha's
maybe.
kind of like, okay,
Well, I
if
feel
I
like
get
that-
the belt, you guys can.
And that's a
come
fair
after me.
point, but I feel like that should have been made more clear.
Yeah, that's
and again,
true.
that's not your fault, but it's already got it off on a bit of a ropey start that you're playing into the theme. For me.
Okay.
Also, I just, as you finished up there, I was just thinking, what I really want to see is just them just to have a banger rematch once again.
Yeah,
Just a pair of them.
that's true.
I know. So I'm sorry.
That's
it was a
fi-
good
no, that's
idea.
all right.
But I prefer the simpler route in this instance. So I'm going to give it a no. I feel bad giving you a no. You're so
feel
bloody
bad.
lovable.
Don't feel bad.
Okay.
Don't feel bad.
All right, man.
I'm going to say yes, Andrew. Because that's the main issue with me in WWE, just in general, how all the heels are the clever ones and the baby faces are stupid. So obviously, if Sasha Banks has got an army of ladies behind her, Bianca should be sorting an army of ladies for herself to even the odds. So yes, I'm glad you've eradicated that issue.
Thank you.
Because if the issue isn't eradicated, I fear for Bianca Belair's chances at the biggest part of the SummerSlam 2021 on Saturday night. I really do.
It really
fear for her.
does.
I fear for her and her title reign.
Thank you.
Who's going to win, Jack?
Well, I don't even know if the match is going to go ahead. There's reports, isn't there? There's fears. So we'll just have to wait and see. But what is your final pitch?
I had one written down, which was one from the heart, but also a really basic bitch pitch. So I've written a second one down where the first one was Goldberg beats Bobby. Big E challenges Goldberg. Big E lives out his dream of slapping meat with Goldberg. But everyone says that, don't they? So I can't say that as my own.
It'll get a yes, though.
So I'm going to go for a saucy one involving Riddle and Randy.
Okay.
Team RK Bro, of course, who were challenging for the Raw Tag Team titles from AJ Styles and Omos at SummerSlam. This is the weekend. They said Survivor Series there. SummerSlam at the weekend. During this match, this might sound weird. I want Riddle to turn heel on Randy Orton. With the reason being that Riddle is now so insecure. He's got a brain, he's got feelings. He's so insecure that Randy Orton, who is a no-good snack, as we all know, will eventually turn on him, that he wants to get in there first. And he's got a brain, and he's going to stop being this stupid man on Monday Night Raw and become a really hard MMA man. Shades of Kurt Angle, I think, from 2001. A goofy man, but not a stupid man. He's a goofy man who, if you call stupid, he'll rip your head off, which is head and Geordie. So that's what I want to see happen. Riddle turn on Orton. Riddle turn heel on Orton, sorry.
Yeah.
And then it always makes me laugh that when I see that in headlines. X turns on X.
Turns on.
Yeah.
Sexy.
I'm such a child. So yeah, and then this writes Randy Orton off until Survivor Series season, and during that time, that little bridge there, up until the winter, we see.
Sorry, you sound like Randy Newman when you said
that
bridge there.
that little bridge there up until we see Riddle just become this still like slightly goofy but also massive MMA hard man, and obviously Orton comes back, gets a big pop. He's face. Riddle is heel. We have a marquee match for Survivor Series, but more importantly, Riddle proves he has a brain.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a yes from me. Also, I was never too familiar with Evolve, but I think, and please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, I think Riddle went on a heel run in Evolve, and it was class.
I can
and
see
he's a
him being
really effective heel.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
he's actually scary, and
Yeah.
he can actually fight, so it works really well. It's a yes from me. I don't really have anything more to elaborate. Well,
Get in.
Very good.
So yes, from me, I can sort of see that happening as well. Maybe Riddle hits Randy with an RKO or something before
maybe he
Randy can
punts
get in
him?
there. Yeah, maybe he does.
Whoa.
Because he's got his tootsies out as well, hasn't he? So it's just like more hard hitting.
Don't cut his nails on Sunday.
Yeah, just scratches him across the face.
Has a verruca.
Oh no! Oh, that would be.
Sticks that bunion right in Randy Orton's
God,
mouth.
let's save that for Extreme Rules. Come on. I think it would be really cool. And as we've been saying for a long time, it would be nice to see Riddle not as stupid, because we all know he's not that stupid. We've seen him in NXT. He's a good, hard fighting man who likes to toot on the root every now and then. But we don't need to just always hammer that home every single time.
In fairness to WWE, they have toned the stupidness down slightly.
Yeah.
But it's still a bit too much for me.
Uh,
Like when he said on this week's Raw, what was it? Randy, you make me so happy.
Yeah.
That was funny.
I want to team with you again.
Strange things are happening. Maybe we can get Randy Newman in
Maybe.
Yeah.
to do some vignettes with Riddle.
To team with Orton, two Randys.
Riddle. Just imagine like the vignette of like the turn at SummerSlam. Like, I will go sailing no more.
Oh, that bit in Toy
just
Story.
a slow motion of like an arcade bro from Riddle. Like, and I
You know
will
what?
go
That-
sailing.
That was totally lost on me at first when I first watched Toy Story, because I was all like Team Woody. I thought I was like, oh, this guy's coming in and taking the spotlight from Woody. But you know, upon repeat viewing,
Woody's
no, I'm still Team Woody.
Oh, okay.
But I can also sympathise with Buzz. He's been living this deluded life.
Yeah.
He thinks he's a real spaceman.
They're both in the wrong.
He's just a child's plaything.
I'm fully on Team Buzz.
Are you?
Woody's got some.
He's got some
He does.
issues, hasn't he? He
He's
really
human.
does.
He's human.
He's
No,
very
he's a toy.
insecure though, like almost psychotic, I would say.
No,
Woody,
he gets driven to that. But he's a compelling character. It's almost like Breaking Bad.
Yeah, very much so.
Anyway. God, where was it? It's my turn, isn't
It is
it?
your
Yes,
turn,
it
yeah.
is.
My third pitch is a bit of a silly one.
Oh, go on.
So it concerns Drew McIntyre and Jinder Mahal. Obviously, the stipulation as at the time of recording, and have you noticed, by the way, there's no stipulations at all on this SummerSlam card at the minute, apart from this one, which is that Veer and Shanky are banned from ring. But it's all singles and tag matches and a triple threat. I think we need a stipulation in place, but I don't know what. So that's not part of the pitch. Just imagine a wacky
Punjabi prison.
Punjabi.
What about special rep?
Punjabi prison. I need someone to be able to get in the ring to do a run in. Someone, right? We'll have the Punjabi prison. Someone can scale it. It'll be the slowest run in ever. Yeah, Jinder says, right, it's time for my signature match, the Punjabi prison. Drew is in a couple of like scenes backstage before the match. He's hunting around. He's like, just checking that Veer and Shanky aren't about. They're not going to ambush him. They're not there. He looks for the Great Khali, perhaps. He's not there. He gets him on FaceTime and he's off somewhere else. And then he says, right, what's going on here, Jinder? Where's everyone? And Jinder goes, I don't need anyone. I'm all right. I can beat you on my own. And Drew's like, I don't know about this. I really don't know about this. They have the match. Drew's winning easily. But when it looks like he's about to win, who should save the day for Jinder? I'm just one man.
Oh.
It's Heath Slater. He comes along. Maybe he runs to the ring, steals Rick Boogs' guitar on the way. Bam!
Damn.
Hits Drew with it. There's been a ref bump. The ref recovers, ignores all the shards of guitar all around, and counts to 3. Jinder's won, and it's now the 2-man band. And what's going to happen from here is we're going to get a series of light-hearted vignettes on Raw every week of the 2 lads trying to coax and convince Drew to join them once again and get the band back together and reform the 3-man band. I don't know if Drew should. I think he should. I think it would make him more likable again in a weird way. And then what my plan is, they'll start off like the New Day, who were heels when they were good. And then people will they're too damn likable.
Yes.
And people will just end up liking them. The risk is, the downside, of course, is that you've taken just an absolute bona fide main eventer in Drew McIntyre and made him a big old comedy boy. But, you know.
There's a way to do it without losing the main event status, isn't there?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Not our problem.
No. Well, in this video, I mean, I should have
guess it
thought
is
it through
in
more.
this one, yeah.
But that's basically my pitch. Heath Slater costs Drew by slowly climbing the Punjabi prison.
I like it.
And then down, and then up the other one, and then down again. And and then they reform. They form the 2-man band for now. Yes.
Although I guess while Bobby Lashley is champion, Drew needs something to do. So this could be the thing while Bobby is champion. 'Cause
he can't even challenge.
Can he?
No,
All
he
right,
can't.
Can it challenge? Can he?
What?
But I'm thinking back to whatever rivalry it was last year, just after Heath got released. What was it when he came back on Raw?
He's already feuded with Drew.
Was that Drew? Was it?
He
had a match with him,
Drew.
yeah.
Oh, but I remember watching that on Raw in the PC, the Performance Center, and thinking, wow, why did they let that man go? Because he performed his role so well in that thing, so he can do it again.
I checked his cage match before I did this pitch, and the last time he wrestled was in like October last year.
He got injured in
Yeah.
that battle.
Oh, he got
Yeah, he
injured,
did,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
But he proved in that little thing. I forget who was it against? Drew versus who? Randy? Randy?
Maybe I can't remember.
What was
Whoever
happened?
it was. I just remember them cut an emotional promo on Raw.
Oh,
Yeah.
And then I was thinking, wow, you've done well in that, Heath. So you can do it again.
He's class.
On this pitch here.
He is good.
He's amazing.
Is that a yes?
It is a yes, yes.
Yes, from me. I was going to do something similar as well with the pitch, but I decided not to.
All right.
However, I think that's really good, and I'd like to see. I just like to do a little bit of spice.
Spice.
I want to spice up Drew McIntyre again because he just
Yeah,
feels
man.
really stale at the moment.
I almost think he's too spicy.
Do you think?
In a
He
silly
calls
way.
himself sexy.
I'm so sexy. And
All
he
right,
sexy.
I just want him. I kind of just want him to turn big bad and heel again for a little bit, and then, like you were saying, bring them back round because everybody likes them so much. Bring the 3-man band back round to being everybody loves them.
Maybe they get Hornswoggle in again.
Yeah.
Aye. Another
Let's do it.
WLC.
Another
man.
WLC. Yeah.
What a match that is, by the way.
It's a really good match.
Drew does a tope suicida or like a one over the top.
Yeah.
Con hilo for no reason. Why are you doing that on the pre-show?
He's an amazing wrestler.
Oh, yes.
And it's just sad at the moment that I don't really feel invested in him.
Yeah.
Because I mean they just pushed him for so long, didn't they?
I think they started to what they do with every big babyface. They started to micromanage him. He's so likable on his own. How can you not like Drew? He's a big hero.
Yeah.
Because he's a history buff.
Now he is.
Now he
yeah.
is.
Crap.
But that's got to wait, to be fair.
Now he's
history.
just now he's got a sword. That's his thing.
Yeah.
A big
Killing
sword.
people.
It's a rib, this. It's a rib, I'm convinced, after this week's Raw. So many references about this massive sword that Drew McIntyre has. And then Corey's like, oh, men are more confident when they have a big sword. Something I was like,
Do you think that
massive winky?
all stemmed from when he does the flip? I can't remember. Was it at WrestleMania where he did the flip out the
His
ring
ball
and
bag
his
catches
little
the top rope.
little touch just went boing off the rope? Yeah.
I think that's a good way to wrap this up.
Yep.
Thanks everybody
Yep.
for your pitches. I've had a wonderful time ahead of
Nice.
SummerSlam.
Well, this has been cordial, Andrew, but I'm afraid from now on, up until next week, I want to hate you, and I'm going to hate you.
Yep.
Because once again, it's me versus him. in the predictions competition, not only for SummerSlam 2021, but also for NXT TakeOver, because he's not fed up yet of being put through the ringer, are you?
I'm
You
gonna
want more punishments,
I'm gonna
don't
get
you?
you. I'm gonna get you.
You're not, though, are you?
I am though. Watch
This is
me.
like-
Watch this space.
You know that scene where Jim Ross in the middle of Rock and Austin? This is like that now. But you need
But I need to be in the middle,
He needs to
yeah.
be in the middle. So
gentleman.
we just need to pretend.
I'm addicted to drugs, Rock, but my drug is the World Wrestling Federation Championship.
Corey Graves, Cameron Grimes, but I've messed it up. Oh, it's time to end
But
the
I love
video.
all the ordinary content.
Absolutely.
For, there'll be a live stream with Adam for, I believe, both. Well, is it Rampage as well?
I feel like he's doing one for Rampages, but he could
You know
be.
where to find it if he is on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/live and Cultaholics and all sorts of stuff. I always forget the URL.
youtube.com
/
//
Cultaholic Wrestling.
Slash the YouTube
live,
channel, but
slash
he'll be doing
live.
live streams. Maybe
Just
for
go on our
Rampage.
YouTube
Cultaholic
channel.
Live.
But he's definitely doing for SummerSlam and for TakeOver.
I reckon he's doing one for Rampage as well.
Why not?
I'd bet on it.
Got to now that we've said it. We'll also have predictions and we'll have live reactions, but the cut down variation as well with myself and him on a couch together, the cast and couch. We'll have graded for both SummerSlam and for TakeOver. We'll have WTF just for SummerSlam.
We'll have What
Anything
Happened
from-
At.
What happened at from him for both.
Yes.
Lots of the content coming. Wow, wow.
Oh, it's like a mini WrestleMania weekend. We are getting tired, but we'll get through it. It's all right. We'll manage. Hope everybody enjoyed this video. Why don't you leave a few pictures of yours in that comment section down below, and we'll read each and every one. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Jack. This has been Ross and Andrew, and we'll see you very soon.